Hi, I'm Mr. Ed, Chief Propeller Head and Project Manager for the AgoraCart Shopping Cart project. In this screencast, I'm going to cover installing Gold version 6 using our installation script via the web. Now this requires a Lifetime Plus Plus or a version 6 Gold license. To start, basically what we need to do is go to the Gold version members only site on AgoraCart.com. And over on the left you'll find a link to the Gold version downloads. Click on that, and what that will do is bring us to a list of the files that are available to you for download. For the purposes of this screencast, we're going to download the FTP Gold 60.txt file. So just click on that file, and what it'll do is come up with the actual text file. And here what you'll want to do is right click it if you're in Windows and save it to your PC. Okay, and so once you've saved that, then what we need to do is run over to our FTP client program so that we can upload it to the server. And in doing so, you can see where we've got the FTP Gold file in the TXT, and what we do is just drag it over to our server. And once it's over there, then what we have to do is rename it to a CGI extension so that it's usable as a web script. Okay, and then we also need to change the permissions. Now the permissions allow the server to parse it as a script, so we need to change our FTP Gold 60.cgi file to a mode of 755, which basically is read on all permissions, execute on all, and then write on just the owner. Okay, so once we've done that, then we head over to our browser, we go to our website, and we type in the location of the installer program, and we bring that up, and what that does is bring us with that initial screen. Now, important key on this screen is to make sure that our username is the same that's being pulled up here as what corresponds to our hosting account. Now also double check to make sure that you have a Perl version of 5.88 and above. Also make sure the other Perl modules are installed. Now the last two modules are not really required, so if they're not installed, that's actually okay. Scroll down to the bottom, and then there are two boxes where you can enter in your username and password for your Gold version. So simply type those in, then click the continue with install, and what that'll do is go out and get the files from our server and install them on your website. Now if you've got an error screen at this point, then what that means is that your server will not allow you to extract the files that are needed. Okay, and now at this point what we want to do is, if you want to change the directory that the store is in, right now it installs into a directory called store 60. At this point what you do is you go into your FTP browser, refresh the view on it, and you'll also notice that the installer file disappeared, and you would simply rename that directory. Okay, then you come over here and click on the link back in the browser to go into the store manager. Now it would probably come up an error if you did change that directory, and you would simply just change that directory and then refresh it. Okay, to log in, basically what we need to do is enter in the default credentials. In this case it's manager as the username and admin as the password, and then submit that, and that will bring us into the initial welcome screen for the store management area. Now at the top you'll notice that there is no license information, and what we had to do is enter some initial URLs and username and passwords for our Gold license. But first, to start, we go down to store settings on the menu side, and that'll bring up basically all of our core settings options, and so we click on the main core settings for the storefront. And doing so will bring up quite a few options that we can do, that we can set up, the payment settings and templates and so forth. But the most important thing we need to do at this point is to change the store URL. So we click on that tab, scroll down, make sure that the URL that it guesses is correct. If it is, then fine. You will also want to make sure you change the secure SSL location for your store as well, and make sure you got that all correct. Then press submit, and that will change it. Now also for the initial setup, we also need to go back into the settings and change the passwords, well, and actually the usernames and passwords. And here you can see the default ones for the store manager, and it's a good idea to change it at this point. Change the manager and the admin, and then also enter in your gold credentials. Now if I had changed this manager, what would happen as soon as I saved it, would log us out, but in this case I didn't change it, so it will allow us to stay in the store. But we'll just kind of pretend that it logged us out. So assuming we changed it, it would log us out, then we'd enter our new credentials in, hypothetically, and submit, come back into the store. And then you're basically ready to go to do the final step, which is to look at all your settings for your license. Okay, and that gets activated once you go into that upgrade manager. And so once you're in that screen, now you can notice that along here at the top it's all showing as valid. Also, if your storefront license is not registered to your domain name, it'll show no record of being registered here. Now if you go back to the home manager, you'll notice that it changed here and it shows up with the same information. So basically that's it, and that's how you get your store set up initially, and then you go through the rest of the managers and get your inventory set in, and you're on your way.